Hi there, folks. A little PSA before the video starts. I accidentally call Papa Meat, or MeatCanyon as he's better known as. I accidentally called him Papa Gut. So any instance of me saying Papa Gut throughout the video, I am referring to MeatCanyon. Okay, just want to get that out of the way before the video starts. Hello there, folks. It's Nerdiest John here, and today we have yet another editing drama, this time involving Papa Gut and a YouTuber many of you might not remember called MsBreezy. If you don't know who MsBreezy is, there is a Just Jargon video about her rise and fall, but to basically sum it up, she is or was a Gmod YouTuber who would use My Little Pony characters to make videos, and I never watched the content growing up, but scrolling through, just a little cringe, but what wasn't cringy in the early 2010s, right? Anyway, so Breezy apparently for a couple months worked as an editor for Papa Gut and was fired sometime around last month, and they did an entire cope stream about Papa Gut firing them. Turkey Tom was either sent the stream by someone or he found it on his own, and he cut it up into a highlight video that was uploaded around yesterday. And I think Breezy was trying to pay attention to see if anyone would talk about it, because also a day ago is Breezy's response to Turkey Tom. Now, I think it is kind of weird that you're basically your fingers on the trigger. You're waiting to see how the general public responds to your call out stream on Papa Gut, especially when you're in the VOD itself. You were trying to say this wasn't a hit piece. This wasn't you trying to really burn bridges, but it seems like that was the case. Now we're going to be reacting to a bit of this. It's going to be in fair use, so Breezy, please don't copyright strike me, alright? Please and thank you. Please and thank you.
Hi back, it's Bree. I'm just going to do this over mic because I was out last night being the DD for New Year's stuff, so I kind of look like a disheveled little gremlin fucking gargoyle. But I wanted to make this to defend my honor and vindicate myself.
To defend your honor and vindicate yourself. So, and again, the video was uploaded yesterday. So, were you watching Tom's video during the New Year's celebrations, I wonder?
I guess, because apparently drama YouTubers caught whiff of this stream, and I have learned new insults for being a tranny that I didn't even know existed before. So.
Well, okay, so I watched the highlight video, and obviously Tom isn't going to be, kittens and rainbows. He isn't going to, throw softball insults your way and just call you, oh my god, you're just so mean, you're so cringe, right? But Tom definitely wasn't being transphobic throughout the highlight video, and I think it's very disingenuous to try and paint it that way.
So that has been a wild experience. I haven't watched the video because...
Wait, what? Wait, okay, let me play this full thing, because you're saying that you learned new insults for trans people watching this, but you're saying here that you didn't watch it?
I'm a pussy, and I'm scared, and that I don't have the mental fortitude to deal with that right now, but I'm sure they made some good points.
Alright, so how did you learn the new insults for trans people then?
In response to the footage that I had up. I became aware of the video's existence after, the recent influx of wonderfully polite comments that I was getting on YouTube and Instagram, which are the only two platforms I use publicly. Anyway, I'm gonna make this quick so I'm not wasting anyone's time. I've been in this industry for quite a long time. I think I started YouTube professionally 12 years ago, and I would hope at this stage, especially for the people who have known me for as long as I've been around or an extended period of time, that I would have credibility when it comes to really trying to be as honest as I can and having integrity.
Yeah, you're an old school YouTuber, and I'm sure you're nice to talk to on occasion, right? But especially when you're talking about workplace mistreatment, you need to show receipts for that. If there are receipts of Papa Gut being cold or mean to you, I won't let, like, basically what you're claiming in the video, you need to show evidence for that. And also, too, if we're talking just brass taxes here, right? Papa God expects a video done on time, and unfortunately, there are personal stuff that happened to you that what's the word I'm looking for? That hindered your ability to make the video, and unfortunately, they went with another editor for future projects. While I don't really do editing commissions anymore, I still do thumbnail commissions on occasion. And guess what? If I'm not able to do a thumbnail for someone, like let's say I'm at work or I'm doing something else IRL, guess what? They hit up another thumbnail artist. That's just how it goes. If you're not able to give someone a product on time, then they're going to go with someone else. And that's just the sad reality of doing commission work online.
When I'm in the public eye. And I hope that I also have garnered the same credibility for, having no problem with admitting that I'm wrong. I've done it plenty of times in the past, and people seem to now think that I'm only apt to the self-righteous route. Don't get me wrong.
Well, you seemed pretty self-righteous during that live stream that you were doing. I'm just saying.
We all get, especially I know that I am guilty of being self-righteous, sometimes when it's arguments in internet comments or this and or that. But when it comes to like really having to sit down and analyze the situation from different perspectives, I have no problem with being honest about having fucked up or being in the wrong here. So I don't want you guys to approach this thinking that I had any malicious intent or was really trying to like ruin anybody's career. Because in the stream, I did say I'm just ventilating. This is a stream being done in service of comments that I had received on YouTube and Instagram asking why I was let go. I tried to make it abundantly clear that this is coming straight from my side, in that from a business perspective, they had every right to fire me. But there was an emotional factor to it, like a business ethics thing that was never...
There was never an ethics thing to really consider. Also, too, you do try to smear Papa Gut's image throughout it, like saying how while you're editing the video, you can tell he's becoming more and more narcissistic. So it is disingenuous to say it was just venting. If you were just venting, I could understand, right? There are times where it's like, yeah, you know what? This person online's kind of making me mad, Let me just explain my reasoning for that. I can totally understand that, but like you went more into just venting, and it was more so a smear of Papa Gut's character, which if you're going to do that, again, you need to show receipts.
Never communicated to me, and I was only left to stew in my emotions and the mystery. A good analogy to try and like brew the same emotions for other people is, imagine if you showed up late for work once, and the company policy says that they can fire you for that, so they do. They're not technically wrong for firing you for that reason. However, you watch your coworkers do the same thing before you were fired, and all they ever got was a really tame warning. This was the sort of vibe I got towards the latter portion of working with them. And so there was obviously a lot of emotion behind the story.
Well, again, I want to know this from Papa Gut's side of the story. Like Tom mentioned in his highlight/reaction video to everything, it seems like, there's a side of the obviously there's a side of the story that we're not seeing. For example, when Quentin Reviews had the drama that he had with his editor, it was revealed on his side of things that she was acting very weird, like she wanted to have a relationship with Quentin Reviews and things like that. Now, I'm not accusing Breezy of wanting anything close to that. I'm just saying there was probably behavior that the team was made uncomfortable by, and they saw, you know, you missing your deadlines and just the from what it seems like your general demeanor as a excuse to just kind of, you know, shoo everything away. And plus two, they gave you the money that they were going to give you for upcoming videos as well. So it wasn't like this was like a complete, you get nothing out of this. They did pay you the money that they, you know, were contractually obligated to give you towards the end. So it seems like the split was meant to be amicable, but you didn't want it to be amicable.
I had to tell, and the stream was a means of catharsis. I will admit that it was irresponsible for me to leave that public, for me to make it public in the first place, only having really covered my perspective and not really having communicated those opposing viewpoints as thoroughly and as clearly as I should have. And really, that apology just goes out strictly for the audience, because I may have, you know, played a role in misconstruing or ruining people's view of somebody that they enjoy. And I don't want it to be like that. Like, I had my conflict, and I even stated in the stream, you know, I don't want anybody to be getting backlash for this. I don't want you guys to stop watching.
You say that, but like the actions beg to differ. If I'm making any sense, because if that was really just a venting stream, you know, why are you overly fixating on like who's responded to the video, and like literally within hours of seeing that someone made a response video to you, you make this second video in order to again defend yourself.
Papa Meat, I don't think I phrased it verbatim like that, but I did say, like, nobody go, you know, harassing the Papa Meat team or whatever. They're still new, they're still growing, they're very, very young in the YouTube space, so I take some of that, like, naivety from them into account. However, I'm not going to apologize for sharing my personal opinions on how I felt that their decision making lacked the fairness and compassion that I was led to believe that they would consider when I was brought on. Because,
but again, if you're purely just working with someone, do you expect them to be your friend? It seems like you were looking for a group of friends, and Papa Gut was just like, I need contractors, I need editors to make videos for me. Like, obviously, in order to create a good working environment, you can't be a complete jerk to your employees or your contractors, but again, you're not obligated to be their best friend.
I told them, like, hey, like, I'm still going to be pursuing school alongside this, and it seemed like there was going to be a lot of leniency and a lot of understanding, and it just wasn't one.
Okay, here we go. There's something we didn't get in the stream. He should be friending you momentarily. His name is Mama Says Mama, and if we get to that frequency, I would love to do that. Also, if you are swamped with other stuff, just let us know, and we can accommodate to not throw a bunch of work at you. And of course, any complications or questions, just let us know. Want to make this as comfortable as a gig as possible. And Breezy says, oh wow, thank you very much. I was worried about the variables regarding my schoolwork being an issue, so I'm glad you are malleable with that. And okay, yeah. And it seems like they were willing to adjust for that. But then it's because in the video, she talks about how a lot of IRL stuff happened, not just with schooling or anything like that, but a lot of stuff factored into her just not being able to get videos done on time, which I can understand. You know, when I was trying to do mainly video editing commissions, a lot of IRL stuff got in the way, and of course, you know, I wasn't able to do videos for people as frequently as I wanted to, and so they're going with other people to do their videos now. It's a decision that I completely understand, and Breezy should be able to understand as well. People can be flexible, but they can't delay an entire they can't delay their schedule consistently just to accommodate with you all the time. You know, there has to be some give and take where it's like, no, this needs to be done on time.
It wasn't that way. And obviously, you don't have to agree with me. That's fine. I think that I've been through enough professional workplaces. I think that I am at an age where I understand what I experienced was far from fair, but you guys are totally entitled to disagree with that. I really did not want this to get to that point, which can be, I feel like, a paradoxical statement because, it's like, I made it public. So what was I expecting, when someone grabbed onto it and made it more public? And so, yeah, no, I shot myself in the foot there. I'm not going to lie. And
Yeah, it seems like Breezy was just expecting this to be like an easy, like you go girl sort of situation, right? But then as soon as someone ooh, by the way, this is the video she's coping about, by the way, is just a highlight reaction video like this one, where it's not like a video essay delving deep into the issue, right? Where they bring up all the receipts. Tom just responds with the basic knowledge he knows because he does, I'm pretty sure he did commission work for a gamer from Mars. He's helped edit a couple of his videos, and then obviously Tom has his own team of editors, which he uses for the main channel videos and the second channel videos.
Anyway, if you haven't noticed, I'm not active on YouTube. This is not my intended career. I pull in no fucking money from it, and I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to use this controversy to drum up some views and make myself relevant. Please, for the love of God. If there's anything I have to beg of you, it's that. Do not misconstrue it for that. Oh.
Well, I mean, to flip it, you have a dying YouTube channel, Papa Gut, up and coming YouTube channel. Pretty much, like, people love him on YouTube, right? So, like, it seems like you've fought a good way of trying to get back into the YouTube game is by saying that Papa Gut is an awful person. A cynical person can easily twist it like that.
Ultimately, if there's anything I want anyone to take away from this, it's future YouTubers, current editors, future editors, anyone who could benefit from recognizing these patterns and recognizing, like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be, in a situation that's overworking me or whatever, the multitude of different, like, bad behavioral patterns that you can acknowledge to keep yourself out of a situation that I went through, or having the better mental verbal tools to communicate that with your teams in the future. I wasn't, the employee of the month, the little star child. I recognize that the team has a lot of obligation to keep things on time so that everyone else, doesn't have their payments and livelihoods influenced. And obviously there are obligations to sponsors and deadlines for that.
Yeah, obviously, sponsors actually is a great thing to bring up. Because especially if the video is sponsored, like a lot of the Papa Meat videos are, yeah, you need to get a video out on time. And if Breezy, unfortunately, if you're not meeting those obligations, they need to hire someone else to do the editing, or else they lose out on that sponsorship money and potentially other sponsorships in the future. Because I'm sure sponsorships keep communication with each other to some degree on like which YouTubers are, good to reach out to.
But from my experience in the YouTube space in the past, about YouTube revenue and, the leniency sponsorship reps have when it comes to unforeseen circumstances, the inconveniences that arose for video delivery for circumstances outside of my control had absolutely no impact on the channel revenue or the performance of those videos. It was pretty much all by the book. The product that I did deliver, it was damn good. I really, really did damn good work. I did so.
And also too, I'll try to get the clip from like Tom's reaction, but she does like put down the editor that they brought in to replace her because she seems pretty bitter about the whole situation.
So much learning to just constantly better the things that I would deliver to them. I probably learned more during that time about editing than I ever had. And to have my work ethic insulted was just really rough. Because, I'm a STEM undergrad going for a double major in physics and comp sci.
Okay, that's great. That's great that you're going for that. That doesn't change the fact that when it comes to the bottom line, you were not able to complete the work on time like Papa Gut wanted to. And I'm sure it was stressful, and I'm sorry that you went through the personal stuff that you went through. And, I hope you're able to get that major. But I think the best thing Breezy can do from this situation is just move on from it, in all honesty. This is Nerdy John, and remember, if you liked what you saw here today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell for all notifications. We do videos here, shorts, and live streams every single week. This is Nerdy John, signing out.